And this event, I do believe, will be an event that will bend the curve of history towards a more inclusive and shared, prosperous future. I have no doubt that this summit will go down in history as a watershed moment, a moment when nations came together to avert an education catastrophe that would have set us back significantly all the gains that we have made over the past decades. I am indeed proud to have co-hosted this historic GPE replenishment campaign together with Prime Minister Boris Johnson. And today, as we have just heard, we not only raise our hands in support to education, but we also walk with our heads held high, confident that we will indeed reach our target of raising $5 billion for education by 2025. Congratulations to you all. Well done. Thank you very much. These resources will provide catalytic support to get more than 175 million boys and girls in school. It will help to enroll 88 million more children in school, including 46 million more girls, and also protect 2 million girls from child marriages, essentially helping us to deliver on the promise of education as a social economic development. We have reason to celebrate this afternoon, for this summit marks an important milestone in our collective efforts to support education systems globally. The world has come together to demonstrate the power of unity, the power of holding hands, or in our case, raising hands, towards a shared global objective to rebuild stronger, strengthen, and to transform education systems and reimagine the future together. I want to thank the Global Partnership for Education, led by our dear friend, former Prime Minister Gillard, a partnership that has provided a platform to strengthen education systems and to improve education outcomes for all children across the globe. The GPE role remains central as we work towards rebuilding and strengthening education systems globally, as we reimagine education, as we build on lessons learned from the COVID-19 pandemic, strengthen the quality of our education systems, and strive to achieve inclusiveness in access to education. I would also like to thank our GPE donor countries and partners for ensuring GPE is sufficiently funded, even in the face of economic contraction. Your investment demonstrates great foresight that recognizes the fundamental role of education in a shared future. To my fellow developing country partners, I am proud that we have remained unshaken in our dedication to finance education for future generations despite the tough economic situation. I want to thank all countries that have endorsed the 2021 call for action on domestic education financing, and indeed those that have endorsed and actioned the statement also in the near future. These endorsements are a critical step towards being the masters of our own destiny, driving the change that we want to see for our respective countries. Let us keep investing in education through increased domestic resource allocation, and let us continue to enact policies that support the education sector and strive to adopt digital learning technologies in our schools. And let us ensure that all our girls get an equal opportunity to learn for the benefit of our common future. Let us remember that even though money is necessary for transforming our education systems, it alone is not sufficient. A deliberate, committed drive towards ensuring that each dollar investment impacts quality and holistic education for our children is equally as vital. Kenya is proud to be leading the way into the resolve to deliver more and better domestic resources towards education. Kenya, and as we have heard, 18 other countries have already endorsed the 2021 call to action on domestic financing and actioned its recommendation by dedicating 26% of our national budgets to the education sector. I want to encourage all countries to do so that while prioritizing the principle of volume, equity, and efficiency, we continue to put education forward. Quality education systems cannot be realized without enhanced domestic finance, and the focus, therefore, is on governments to deliver unequivocally on this mandate. Let me also say that one of my favorite moments during the duration of this campaign was our virtual school tour that I held with Prime Minister Boris Johnson, where it gave me great and immense joy to see children back in school after nearly 1 year of school closures. And it was also exciting to witness the power of digital technology as our Kenyan children engage with their peers here in the United Kingdom. I envision a future where such engagements are not going to be the exemption, but the rule. A learning experience that embraces technology and harnesses it to its full power. We imagine a world where every child has access to digital technology as a tool to learn as much as they wish and to experience the world from the comfort of their classrooms or their homes. And that is why one of my main messages throughout this campaign has been the advancement of EdTech through scaling up investments and efforts towards digitized learning. Empirical evidences abound, demonstrating that increased school connectivity yields long-run social economic benefits. Indeed, as reported, a 10% increase in school connectivity can increase the effective years of school for a child by 0.6% and increase our GDPs per capita by 1.1%. Given that schools serve as community assets, greater economic benefits also accrue for the local community, broadening the social impact of such technology. It is a fact that much of the responsibility to advance education systems lies with governments. But it is also a fact that there are quite a good number of non-governmental actors who have and continue to play a critical role complementing government efforts in advancing education, and I would like to take some time to acknowledge them. From the multilaterals that continue to work hand in hand with governments to strengthen investment in education, to civil society who carry out sustained advocacy and direct investments in education, as well as the private sector who are playing an increasing role in supporting global education, and lastly, to our youth leaders who continue to demonstrate admirable leadership and dedication towards advancing the education agenda. You all remain key partners on this journey, and I encourage each and every one of you to sustain your support as we strive to achieve our SDG 4. Lastly, I would like to convey my utmost gratitude to all the silent heroes over the last year and a half, our teachers, for their dedicated efforts in helping our children shape their future, and particularly in supporting learners during this pandemic. Your devotion has been tested, but you have remained committed and resilient in the face of unparalleled challenges. On behalf of everyone here, and especially on behalf of the most important constituency who are sitting behind our gathering, that of our children, I want to say simply thank you to all our teachers. As we travel back to our respective countries, my request to each and every one of you is to sustain action towards achieving the goal that has brought us here today. We are at an inflection point, which requires targeted, urgent, and sustained interventions. The actions that we take henceforth have the power to transform lives, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, a chance that we simply cannot afford to lose. A bountiful harvest awaits us all if our nations continue to prioritize education.